appreciate you. I pretend everything's alright. I cannot relate to you. Cause you ain't got no time. Down, down, your heart is broken. Ooh. Now you're the one wanting a second chance. Never thought the day would come, and now you're begging for my hand. Never know you love it till you lose. I should have been a better man to love. Now, baby, there's no turning back. There's no turning back. There's no turning back. Oh, baby. Ooh, but I don't wanna hate you. No. But you make it feel so right. Yes, when I appreciate you.
TR, I hear the sound of the pastor say, you have to watch TR show one day. Kick it off next.
Yeah. I want to say greetings. Can I say greetings? Can I say hello to everybody? It's a beautiful day. It's absolutely beautiful outside. And I just want to say God has been good. His mercies endures. Absolutely. I am thankful to be alive. And I am thankful for health and strength. And even when it is not where we would prefer it to be, even when health is not exactly where we want it to be, we still have to give thanks because it could have been worse. Things could have been much worse than it is. And so because of this, I am thankful, and I would suggest that you be thankful as well, right? I want to say greetings to those of you who are here. I see Life with Aura. It's been a while since I've seen you, and so I'm happy to see you and know that you're still around and doing what you do. There is Angel Light Over Darkness in the building. There is Dave Durango. There is Melody Marlindorf. Great to see you. I also saw Drew Nation. I'm not sure if she's still here, but she was there when we started. House of X Entertainment is also in the building. And I just want to say I'm happy to see you all. Everybody in the chat, I am absolutely happy to see you all. I have, today we're talking about a few things. Scrap Metal Dream, oh my God, you're here. Scrap Metal Dream in the building. I struggle to feel grateful every day I wake up and I want to die. I know how it feels to want to move on. I know how it feels, Dave Durango, to want to move on from the struggles of life. Sometimes life becomes a struggle, and it seems that everything that you do is almost like the world is against you. And no wonder why I have the topic today. Listen well, hey, how are you? Who's pleased? Who's pleased with your doings? Who? Can you show me who is pleased with all your doings? And the question is, do you even care about whose expectations you're living up to? Now, one of the many questions is, whose expectations are you living up to? Do you even think that you should live up to anybody's expectations other than yours? Now, you need to sit back and think carefully before you answer a question like this. I am... every time Carolina Hillbilly typed anything in my chat, I don't know why. One of the best sets of comedians are those who actually give you the joke and don't laugh. My father used to be like that. Shakiner Meluz, hey, great to see you. I'm really happy to see you today with us. So, it's normally even it's like you get more laughter from somebody who give you a joke while being serious. So they are giving you a joke, but they are serious. And you're like, you're laughing, you're dying, you're rolling, but the person is like looking at you like, that's Carolina Hillbilly. Carolina Hillbilly will be talking and I'm like over here dying and he's like, what? I didn't say anything funny. Oh my God. Um, anyway, anyway, we're talking about whose expectations do you live up to? Many of us live up to people's expectation, some by default, some by default, while others you definitely try to please them. I don't care what people think. I do what I think is best for me, and that is actually a good way to go about things. It's a good way to go about things, except sometimes the things that make you happy, sometimes the things that works for you actually hurt other people. So, in all truth, we can't always try to please, even though it's a good thing. I must say it's a good thing. We can't always try to just please ourselves because the things that please us makes others unhappy. And that's a serious situation. So then it boils down to how you answer the question. Whose expectations do you live up to? Do you try to please your husband? Do you try to please your wife? Do you do the things that would make them happy? Do you try to please your kids? Because sometimes your kids become that person or the people in your life that you try to please. You know, you try to do things. If you, like for instance, if you broke up with your previous girlfriend or boyfriend, or your marriage gets shattered and you're moving on with the new person, you're going to find a new boyfriend, a new girlfriend. Sometimes, even though you're looking for somebody who is happy with you, sometimes you have to take into consideration the children. Because sometimes they're not going to like the person you choose for your own happiness. But if you're going to live together in the same house, you might want to think about a compromise. You know, you both, you and your children, even though you're responsible for your children, even though you are the adult and they are the minors, even though you're supposed to be right, maybe, and they are wrong, you still have to meet them halfway because you had a life with them before you met with this new person, if you get what I'm saying. Let me just take a look at what Shakiner have to say because I can't allow these things to go up the stream and I don't get to see it. While we think we try to please no one, the way life's set up, we are always trying to please someone else. Think about work, life, love life, family life, etc. You get the point? Exactly. That's what I'm actually saying. So even though we don't try to live up to people's expectations, but yours, you can't escape it. You cannot escape it. Now, when you turn up to work at 8 o'clock in the morning, you would prefer to be at work at 8:30, sometimes 9 o'clock, and even 10 o'clock. As a matter of fact, sometimes you would prefer not to even work. So, when you turn up at work 9 a.m. or 8 a.m., of course, it's expected based on your contract, it's expected based on professionalism that you be at work at 8 o'clock. Because of this reason, I had serious trouble when I was in the 9 to 5 business. Greetings, Derek C. Williams. Great to see you. In relaxed mode before self-care. Late to the party, but greetings to them one called Soldier Fijati and Rex. My watch, me watch you live on the YouTube from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Me nah see, hold on, me nah see you much. Ah. Now what I'm saying, What was I saying? I am saying basically, um, I had a problem at work when I was in the office business. When I used to work in an office and had a supervisor and had an inspector and had a deputy, some high people who wear ties and jacket to work. I had serious problems because I was very selfish and I thought that I needed to. I thought I need.
What are you laughing at?
1952. We must not hold on. We must not hold on. We must just not allow pleasing others become the toxicity in our lives. There are expectations that go beyond the invisible red line. Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, sometimes I think I probably shouldn't bother to read anything that Shekinah write because it's always well said. You know what I mean? I'd love if sometimes she say some things that I'm not in agreement with. So, when people are smart and eloquent in speech and have a level of education, sometimes I would love a little bit of contrast. I'd love if they say something that I'm not in agreement with, so I can, make it a thug of, you know what I mean? Like pulling and pushing and that type of thing. But anyway, SF Rose, please hold on the noise in Mr. Tears stream. That's right. You can please some people some of the time, all the time. All of the people some of the time, some of the people all the time, but you can never please all the people all the time. A Lincoln is said those words. Shakina, what you laughing at? you know, if I lived in St. Lucia, or if you lived in the United States, I would have liked if you and Shem was our neighbors.
Love.
I'd love if you guys were our neighbors, or at least in driving distance, because I know half the week I'd be by your house. The tug of war. You missed it. I said thug. You aren't listening. Shekinah, you're not listening. I said thug of war. I didn't say tug. That's the correct way to say it. But I actually said thug, to create a contrast, as I was saying. Yeah, son? But yes, if Shem and Shekinah was in the United States, or if we were in St. Lucia, I would probably be the baby's godfather, and SF Rose would be the godmother, and you could leave the baby with us every day. I bet we would love that little baby like we love both of you. Two wonderful people, very wonderful people. But we were talking about pleasing others. So I was saying there was a time at my job when something happened that stirred up the entire office. I was always a person that makes a lot of trouble. But my trouble that I give in the office that I worked, for instance, I would say things that appeared like a joke at first sight, but then the impact it would have would stir up the entire office. People would start to do some self-searching and realize that, oh my God, I didn't realize that this was happening the whole time. Like, for instance, I used to go work in the morning, so I am supposed to be at work at 8:30. I used to turn up at work, 8 o'clock, 8 a.m. I used to reach at work sometimes 8:45, 8:30, 8:55, 8:57. Sometimes I get to work at 9:15, 1 hour and 15 minutes late. They had a problem with me. So my supervisor my supervisor came down on me hard. He was a Christian. I wasn't. And he said to me, they called me Mr. Thomas. They said, Mr. Thomas, I realized that you signed in one. Oh, for instance, I forgot a part of the story. While I used to turn up at 9:15, I would still sign in at 8 o'clock. So even though I am 1 hour and 50 minutes late, I would still sign in at 8 o'clock. Now, one morning, while I was signing my time in, the postmaster general was present. And even though she was sitting at the register, I still signed in 8 a.m. right in front of her eyes. And that was what caused a whole uproar in the office. She said, no, man, this is deliberate. This is out of order. No, Mr. Thomas, I could understand when you hide and do it, but when you do it in front of my face, I don't get it. Anyway, they spoke to me and I was not supposed to do it again. But the following day, I do it again and the inspector saw me. So the inspector now had a problem with it. And he called me and said, Mr. Thomas, we're not going to tolerate this behavior no longer than today. We are not accepting it. I'm like, you can't tell me that. How dare you tell me that I cannot sign in at 8 o'clock when I arrive at 9:15? But look at the joke. Look at something. Everybody in that office except the attendants, the one who clean up the place and etc., etc. They call them attendants in the office. Janitors, you know them as. What happened is that every evening, everybody leave the office 4:10, 4:30, 4:58, 4:55. No one stays in the office until 5 o'clock. But when they come in the following morning, they would sign out the previous evening, 5 o'clock. So I brought that to their attention. I said, you all can't be signing out of work 4 o'clock or leaving 4 o'clock and signing out 5 o'clock, and you think it's okay to do that, but it's not okay for me to turn up at 9 o'clock and sign in 8 o'clock? That's a bias. And trust me, I create a pain in the heart of everyone in that office. People were now staying at work until 5 o'clock, all because of me. People were now staying at work until 5 o'clock, all because of me. Now, I always believe in justice, and I have inside of me, there is no bias. Yes, I don't believe there is an ounce of bias inside me. Nope, not an ounce of bias. Verified clout. Welcome to the show. Thank you for coming. Sword Art Online. Oh yes, we will check out some sword. What kind of sword you have? Metal sword, brass sword. What kind of sword do you have? I'm not a sword person. I don't know how to use sword. Give me an AK-47. I'll definitely do that. I'm 16, M15. I'll certainly handle that. No sword. Nah. Only SF Rose knows how to handle my sword. And that's it. End of story. Anyway, hold on there. It's an anime. Oh, I thought it was real. Oh, I beg thee pardon. So, you now offend soldier feature. Convenient expectations equal biasness. Yes, absolutely, Shakiner. Convenient expectations equal biasness. No, you see, this is why I can't, this is, you know, You know, I can't deal with Shakiner. Shakiner, you're not supposed to be a joker. You're supposed to be a professional.
That's how you know she likes us.
You're supposed to be a professional woman, not a comedian.
She really did that in every stream.
Oh my God. No, I'm distracted. Now you see, the thing is, this is what you see. My story was not a random story, but I am now hurt because Shakiner said what I was going to say before I said it, and I am not pleased with that. How can she know exactly what I am driving at? That is exactly where I was going with my story. And some people might think, oh, it's a random story. He's such a storyteller. Where did this come from? You and the office and blah, blah, blah. Yes, it's a part of the topic. Expectations. Whose expectations are you living up to? So yes, that's what I was driving at. And you know, people over the years, they've always had a problem with me because I see everything, but I don't talk about it. I see them, but I don't talk about it. But whenever you decide to attack me is when you would have realized that I saw everything this whole time. I just didn't make it a bother to me. But if you're going to make the same thing that you're doing, that I am doing, a bother to you, then I'm going to tell you where you fell short of the glory. Oh, Lord of mercy. Derek C. Williams, I tell you to stop using these big words in my stream, you know. I don't have my dictionary. Oh, I have Google, according to my friend there. Sid Saltwater Office, greetings and welcome. No, I don't get the office beside your name. Sid Saltwater Office. How can saltwater... Oh, in a jar. Ah, I see. Sid's Saltwater Office. I want to make sense of your name. How do you name yourself Saltwater Office? Is the office in the water or the water in the office? How is it? How is it? Renee Rebel, how art thou? Great to see you. Happy Sabbath.
Because he's a big fisher. And he's in the waters of office.
No, I actually know that he's a fisher. I just wanted him to explain. You know, sometimes I just develop a conversation just to get people to say what they have to say, you know? Or basically to let you know that I see you. That's what I do sometimes. Sometimes when I talk about you or your name or your comment, it's actually interaction to let you know that I see you. It's not because I don't understand. It's not because I don't know. But this is just how I interact with people. Lol, I pay salt. Hold on. I pay salt dash wetiar. Hold on. You know, me can't read Patwa. Hold on. A pay salt dash wetiar. Yeah. Anyway, we're talking about expectations. We're talking about expectations. And what I will say, there are some things that you should never do because of the expectation of other people. No, I am not American actually. I am more where could I place myself geographically based on how I was raised? Well, actually America, yeah, you're right. My office is in the boat on the saltwater. Yes, that makes a lot of sense. My office is in the boat on the saltwater. Absolutely well said. So now, we're talking about expectations. At what point do you live up to other people's expectations rather than yours? And somebody said they live up to their own expectations. But what if your own expectations are sometimes disturbing? Like for instance, I don't have expectations of people. So if I was your boyfriend, wouldn't you have expectations of me, Renee Rebel? Answer me this one. If I was your boyfriend, wouldn't you have expectations of me? Hurry up and answer now before me lock you off. Yeah. No expectations, no disappointment. I know that. I know that without expectations, there would be no disappointments. See me answer there. No, that's not a good answer. I am afraid I cannot take that answer because it's a lie. It's a blatant lie. Lie! Renee, you are a liar. Triple Deuce, I expect to see NY hat next. Well, I expected if you were going to come with an argument like that, it would have been at a minimum of $10. That's what I expect. If you're going to talk to me so bold, your minimum backdrop should have been at least a yellow. You understand? That's right. Out of order. If me come tell you, when me expect you still not gonna live up to it, so that no make sense. Renee, you are not making sense. You're deceiving your own self because that's a lie. I am sure when you get into a relationship, you expect your boyfriend to have just you. And so if I were with you, you would have wanted me to have just you. And even if you say you don't expect it, I am sure you expect it. Because a man like me who would love to have at least 25 girlfriends, are you saying there is no expectation there? So I can go ahead and have my 25 and then what? Oh, I expected him to do it. I'm walking away from this relationship because what? Because you expected me to have just you. So don't lie to yourself. That's right. Hey, GJ Ram Lagata, how are you doing? Tony Damien is here as well. Now, you have 3 sisters. You have 3 sisters, Renee. No, sorry, 2 sisters. And I remember coming into your sister's stream one night and said something, and she blocked my ass immediately. And I was like, uh-oh. I didn't know these girls had so much about them that they could block me for saying something kind of sexual. So that means I think I mentioned something about a threesome. That's what I think. That's what I mentioned. Yeah, you know I'm gonna block you, Triple D Scratcher. I'm gonna block you. You know I'm going to block you. Hold on. How do I block him? I got. Yes, you better tell Stacy. Stacy was the one who blocked me. No, this was about expectation. No, she expected. SFROS, can you block this idiot? I mean, he's my friend. Leave him alone. Leave him alone. Let us see what he's going to do.
You can't, these light blues, when it becomes 10, doesn't count for yellow. He understands that, right?
I'm sure he knows. Let me count it for. Let me count it. $8. Oh, so what is a threesome? Yeah. Carolina Hillbilly. Yeah. Yes. Okay. All right. Enough. Enough, Triple Deuce. Enough. Okay. Enough. No more, please. I don't need any more blue in my stream. Please. A threesome is that equivalent to a No, I think my streams. I think my streams is packed with comedians. I can't even give.
I think this is the one he likes the best.
I can't even give a motivational speech. Okay. There you go, Triple D Scratcher. I hope you're happy now. What is a train? So Derek C. Williams is saying a threesome is equivalent to a train, but it's a question. He's asking. So he's also asking if a threesome is a train. But what is a no? I don't get it. What am I missing here? I think I'm probably losing a screw. A threesome is equivalent to a train, like a real train on a train line, or a chain of command. Oh Lord of mercy, mercy, mercy. I hope I didn't miss anybody in the chat. What is a threesome? Also, you're asking that as well? All right. So let's get back to the point I was trying to make. I went to what was her name? SRK. Three sisters. I went to their streams and I ran a joke by saying Super Day 44. Welcome, my friend. Welcome. Great to see you. And thank you. I shouldn't thank Triple U Scratcher for his donations, because those were him paying me to change my hat. So those are not really donations. So I'm not going to thank Triple U Scratcher because I had to work for those donations. So you're basically paying me for what I'm doing. So I'm not saying thanks because you had to do it anyway. That's right. Me not thank him. Me not thank him at all. Anyway, I was saying, I went to the stream, and when I first saw SRK, I didn't know it was the initial for 3 people. I thought it was just the name. But then when I realized it was 3 sisters, and I saw them on the stream looking all perky and nice and dandy and, carrying on and carrying on. Alexa, what is a threesome? What did you do with Alexa? Why she's been silent? Did you turn her in?
I don't know where Alexa went.
So she's still here.
She's here. No, she's not hooked up though. Where did we put her?
Because I would certainly ask Alexa what a threesome is and see what the answer is. Any one of you have Alexa? I think Carol and I have an Alexa out by his
Yeah,
house.
but we can't hear it.
Anyway, back to the story. You keep distracting me so I can't finish my story. So in that stream, I mentioned something about the 3 sisters looking so well that a threesome would be perfect, and I was blocked instantly, immediately. Those weren't my exact. Those weren't my exact words though, but it was somewhere across that line, and they blocked me. They'd be like, "No, the tier that we know is not so." What kind of word can I use to describe myself saying that? Oh, you wasn't on the stream. She blocked me immediately. Yep. And so, if that was just on a stream, you can imagine if I was with one of the sisters, let's say Renee, for example, who is in the chat right now, and I decided one night that I wanted to get involved with all 3 sisters. You would all kill me and kick me out of the house. And what does that mean? It means that there's an expectation by default. You expected me to know better, to not ask all 3 sisters to get involved with me. So that's what I'm saying. Even when you think you don't have expectations, it is there by default. You see what I'm saying? So back to the question at hand. Whose expectations should we live up to? Some people will boldly say, mine's. Why should I live up to other people's expectations but mine? But really and truly, you can't escape living up to people's expectation at one point or the next. There are some things, yes, Derek, I said default. I said default. And the only reason why I'm saying default is that some people will not accept that it is there, but it is there. You know when it is there by default? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Oops, maybe 2 or 3, maybe 2 or more. What did I miss? Easy A trains is men. Hold on. Train is when 2 or more men they are walk the big woman. Derek has seen. Lord have mercy. I watch my stream becoming a stream full of comedians day after day after day after day. Now, we were talking about um, who's pleased with your doings, and do you care? You know, sometimes your mom is not pleased with your choices, but do you care to fix them to please her? Sometimes your children are not pleased with your decisions, but would you fix them so your children can be pleased and you are displeased? Sometimes the NDT show, welcome, great to see you. Sometimes your neighbors don't like your decisions by planting trees between the houses because they are fast and them want to look over your yard. So when you plant the big old planting tree in front on the what you call it again, on the fence. So you know when you have a neighbor and the fence in between both of you, sometimes your neighbor put up zinc fence. After roots away over here. I was go call him. I was go call after roots over here. But after roots we never know see no over here so now may I say, sometimes we have neighbors who, you know, when you share the fencing with your neighbor, both of you have a say. Like for instance, one year my neighbors decided to build a wall between the property that I lived on in Jamaica. But guess what happened? Well, they decided to build the wall, but they didn't tell me they were going to build the wall. And when the wall was halfway going up, they decided to consult me to say I needed to pay a sum of money because the wall was going to be for both of us. But at the time, when they decided to build the wall, I didn't have any money. So the backside me fi pay for wall when me not have no money. So the wall was built by the neighbors, and now I couldn't see the neighbor's house. Cindy Rondall, great to see you. So I am basically saying sometimes your neighbor wants to do some things, but sometimes the other side of the fence is not pleased with your decision. Like for instance, if you decided to make a zinc fence and turn the people them yard in a ghetto. People don't like that. You don't want zinc fence between your yard. You know, you rather to see something official. Now, what if them decide to plant marijuana right down the line? What if them decide to plant banana trees? I'm saying, at some point in time, you're going to have to do things that displeases your neighbors. But do you care? I put up fence. Yes, you better put up fence. Because some people really want fast in your yard, you know. Some people want to look over your yard. Them want to know everything we are going in your yard. That's right. But we're talking about whose expectations do we live up to? Who do we try to please? Or better yet, who is it even worth pleasing? Because not everybody is worth pleasing, you know. Some people's expectations, you should just ignore them. Totally ignore them. We have about 9 minutes. I please myself. Renee, stop your rubbish. Stop it. But please yourself. I can't even please myself. Me so hard to please until me can't even please myself. And the funny thing is, I think I'm easy to please. If you ask SF Rose, or if you ask anybody, or if you ask me, I would tell you that I am so easy to please, you can shut up and I am pleased. That's how easy I am to please. But, to be honest, sometimes I think I am difficult to please. You see what I'm saying? Because if you shut up, and hold on, because it gets more serious than that. As easy or as difficult as I am to please, it is more difficult to please any woman on the face of the planet. Women can't please. They can't please themselves. And listen, I personally believe that women should try their best to please men. And I think men should never try to please the woman. I'm going to get myself into some trouble now. So TR is easy. Okay, I see. Okay. Oh my God. Finally, finally, finally I get Shakiner to disagree with something. I was working for this. I was so working for this, and it finally happened. Can I pat myself on the shoulder? No, but seriously though, one of the hardest challenge on planet Earth is to please a woman. A woman is so hard to please. If you shut up, she no please. And if you talk too much, she no please. So where do you meet her in the middle? Well, the middle is always a good place to meet the woman. Yep. If you want the woman to be pleased, meet her right in the middle. But you better perform well. In the middle. Lord have mercy for my soul. So woman fi please man, but man mustn't. No, I'm basically saying it takes a little bit to please. As a matter of fact, you don't even have to try to please a man. You can just, you know what I mean? You can just bend over in front of the man and him please. You see that? You can just bend over in front of a man and he's pleased. You can lay down flat on him and he's pleased. You can hug him and he's pleased. You can, I was going to say jerk him, but you might take it a different way. Yeah, but you can jerk him and he's pleased. You can do so many things with a man and he's pleased. But when you're now trying to please the woman, if you behave too soft and too gentle, she might be displeased and said, you know, you have to behave like a man. You're too soft, you know. But then, if you start to ragga her up and fling her around some bunks her across, so you say, hold on there, brother, how you feel like? Or you feel like me a piece of cloth? But, we're still, what is your definition? Hold on, what is your definition of pleased? Well, that's a very good question, Shakiner. That's a very good question. What's your definition of pleased? Now, to be pleased with anything is to be satisfied. I mean, there is no area or space left for disappointment. You're pleased in all the sense of the word please. You know, you're happy with your decision. You're happy with what you have received. You know, you're pleased. Oh, maybe you're talking about based on the, who's pleased with your doings? So you're asking me my definition.
He says you're talking shit.
Triple Deuce, what now? I'm talking nonsense. All right, I'll shut up.
Stacy's here.
Stacy.
Rennie. She's the SRK. She's the S, but it's Rennie Life now.
Oh, she changed her name. If you can't please me, I don't want you. You see that? We're talking about expectations. That's what we're talking about. And you see Renee say, if you can't please her, she don't want you. But in the same breath, the question is, what does it take to please such a person? What does it take to please you? Like for me, sometimes you don't have to be pleased with something, but sometimes you can accept some things as okay. You know, sometimes things are okay, it's not great. So there's always the middle. Things are bad, things are okay, or things are great. Or things are good, things are great, or things are bad. Sometimes we can meet right down the middle. So I am not totally satisfied. Like for instance, I must say this. When you eat whatever you eat, you should never eat for a belly full, so to speak. You should never eat totally for satisfaction in terms of amount. You can eat for satisfaction with taste. Of course, you want whatever you're eating to have great taste. But you don't eat for a belly full. You eat enough for the sustenance of life. You see? Now, a lot of people, go overboard by eating past that limit. And that's when you become a hippopotamus or a dinosaur. And then your man is no longer pleased with you. And you're going to say that you're living up to your expectation by eating and eating and eating and eating and eating. No. Nope. Nope. Not at all. Not at all. One day, I am not supposed to talk my personal business, but I hope I can say this one part. One day, I saw SF Rose. She was sad. She was really, really, really sad. And I'm like, what's going on? Now, after Corona, we both had gained, an extra 5 pounds. That's right. And we, Tony Damien, Tony Damien, behave yourself. So what you trying to say? Me a cow because me fat, Well. I wouldn't totally say you're a cow, but I would say, yeah. But hear what I'm saying. Hear what I'm saying. SF Rose was worried because she had gained an extra 5 pounds. And she was now believing that I am not going to find her as attractive as when she was a size 0. And I said, no. Me actually like the fluff and the buff, I sometimes like you a little more than a size 0, so to speak. But then, she got happy with that. And she started feeding more. Oh, Lord have mercy. One day I have to say, I had to say, SF Rose, I'm satisfied now. just in case you wanted to eat another cow or eat, I have to say, hey, you got to draw the line, because if you can't walk through this door, yes, you will reach the limit where I have to put on my shades in the bedroom. Lord have mercy. Me nah listen to you, cause if me eat and my stomach no full, me I go eat more. So, just in case you all didn't know, that's one of the problems that we have. Oh my God, it's 3:30. Where's Carla Hillbilly? I think he's going live right now. I am happy today. I think I'm happy today. Hold on. I think I've been streaming for 1 hour now. Hold on, let me see. Oh no, not yet. 50 minutes. 50 minutes. I think I'm happy today. Normally I try to end my stream quickly at 45 minutes. Today I am at 50 minutes without realizing. I think I'm enjoying your company. I think I'm enjoying you all company. I love your participation in the chat room. I love your interactions, and it make me happy. It make me just want to stream and just stay here for the rest of today and just talk to you all and have fellowship and sweet divine. You know what I mean? Oh my goodness. You see, I couldn't end the stream because Tommy Travels had not yet arrived to bless the house with a blessing and a wonderful $10. Thank you. I would love to believe that you're giving that to SF Rose Triple Deuce. I don't think that is for me. So I will just hand it over to SF Rose. SF Rose Triple Deuce is talking to you. A minute ago, he gave me 1 load of crap. And then he's trying to give me cake now to make it up. Nope, it is for SF Rose, not me. Just eat the cake. No, I'm not eating it. No cake for TR. Not a box cover. Me like the convo. To all me pass me show. No, but for real, this is actually how people get fat. You must not eat till your belly full. Eating is for the sustenance of life. So you must eat for a good taste to be satisfied. Allow the taste of something to satisfy your taste bud. But don't eat until there is no more space left in your stomach. That's not good. You're destroying yourself slowly but surely. So eat enough so you can stay alive, but don't eat so you become a dinosaur or a hippopotamus or an elephant or a, you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Cake once digested ago make crap so. Lord of mercy. Anyway, yes, sustain. You need to triple deuce. Tier no like see nothing. Low him legs get dizzy. Hold on. Tier
Oh boy.
tier no like see. Hold on. Tier no like see nothing. Low him eyes get dizzy.
And triple D says you're talking shit again.
Oh Lord of mercy. Lord of mercy. Guys, I'm going to be on what's his name? Blacklight Records tonight. So if anybody wants to pass through, you can. At your own risk. If anybody want to pass by on their own risk, it is okay. All right. So back to what I was saying. To round up, or to come to a conclusion, of this whole topic. Who exactly should you strive to please in your life? Who in your life is of utmost importance that you should strive to please them? Who? Let me see now. All right, we have Renee saying myself. Okay. She said myself again. Okay, again. Me, please myself. Derek say no. Derek, it should not be a question. I don't want you to ask me a question, Derek C. Williams. Who in your life is worthy of you trying to live up to their expectations rather than yours? Anybody? I would not put God into this one. Let's kind of leave God out of this one, because we have to try to please God, but we're not pleasing God. So that's why we should leave God out of it. How many of you is pleasing God? I can tell you that there's nobody in this chat right now that is pleasing God totally. Not one of you. And I'm certain about it. But we sometimes try to please the people around us. And I had a stream before that there are so many things that God said, thou shalt not. And we don't do them and we still do them regardless of the fact that God said, thou shalt not. But then your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your wife, your spouse, your fiance says, you shouldn't do this. Do not have sex with the next door neighbor, and you don't because you're pleasing your wife or your husband or your whomever I mean. So, this is why I'm asking you the question. Is there anybody in your life that is of such value that you would try to live up to their expectations? They don't want you to do this, they don't want you to do that, and you don't do it because your partner expects you to not do it. Anybody? Well, guess what? I can tell you, I can speak for you all. Everybody in this chat, I believe personally, try to live up to somebody's expectation. The only way you can live to please yourself, you have to, 1, live alone, 2, never work with anybody else, work for yourself, 3, don't get involved with anybody. That's the only way out. See? So I'm giving you the answer. The only way to not live up to somebody's expectation but yours is to do everything with yourself, for yourself, by yourself, and leave people out of it totally. So that means you should never get children. Nope. You should never get married. Nope. You should never get involved with a man, a woman, a boy, girl. You should never have a relationship with anything. on the face of the earth. You should never work for anybody or work with anybody, because as long as you get into a partnership with anybody, whether it be boss, mom, daughter, son, family member, cousin, aunt, uncle, even a dog, when the dog wake up at the night and start scratch the door and say, the dog expect you to open the door and put the dog out to pee or to poop. So the dog also has expectations of you. Are you going to sit down in your house and say, nope, I'm not taking you out because I'm not living up to your expectation? Well, you're going to see a warm brown spot on your carpet the next morning. So, it is safe to say that even though we normally say we can't live up to people's expectation, but ours, but by default, you're actually living up to so many people's expectation without even realizing that this is what you're doing. So, that's what I'm saying. Let me just read these messages before we close. We should only try to live up to the expectations of those vital in our lives. That's what I was going to close my stream with. Vital in our lives. Even then, though we need to set our own boundaries to protect ourselves of the exploitation that can come with expectations. Beautifully said. Beautifully said, Shekinah Meluz. That is exactly where I was going. What was Renee saying here? The last time I asked my mother for a guy, hold on. The last time I asked my mother if a guy hold her up and tell her to give it up to save her kids, would she do it? And my mother tell me straight, she not doing it, period. So who is me to please people? Well, I can understand your mom. You're not worth it anymore. I will tell you, when my kids, I will certainly give my life up for my baby girls right now. My daughter, my 5-year-old daughter, I would give my life so she can live. My 19-year-old daughter, I am not giving my life so she can live. She's on her own. Sorry. Sorry. My daughter, I'm not going to give up my life right now for my 19-year-old daughter. But I would give my life up certainly for my 5-year-old. If there was a choice where, I had to sacrifice my life so that my daughter can live, like for instance, giving her my heart so she can stay alive, I would do that. I would die so she can live. But nope. Not for the 19-year-old. If her time comes to die, then she got to go. Now listen to me. Listen to me. It doesn't mean that I don't love her. I really do. I really, really do love her. And I would sacrifice almost everything for her. But I don't think I'm ready to die for her at this time. Probably if I get to 70 years old, I probably would give my life then, because I would have lived my full life. You see? Renee, that's what I'm saying. You big woman now I have sex. If you give up my life for you, you try to make your man give up for him life for you, or out of order. You see? Vermont Paint, I'm coming over to Carolina Hillbilly as well. Thank you for joining us today. Thank you for stopping with us. We're actually at the end of the stream. When you say TR, a dirt, she has to go. Yeah, if it comes to me choosing between who dies, then yeah. I tell you, this is what SF Rose has to deal with from day to day. Sometimes she don't like when I speak like this. I'm a horrible person sometimes when I speak, because I actually just speak on undiluted truth. I speak my heart. I speak how I feel, and exactly how, what I mean. Answer. Hold on. Me understand your question. Makes sense there. If you gave your life, if hold on. Oh, hold on. Let me see this. Let me try to understand it. Make sense, TR. If you gave life for 19-year-old, the 5-year-old would be missing her dad. Exactly. You see what I'm saying? So you get the gist. You see, Triple Deuce Scratcher is a lot more smarter than I thought he was. I respect you from today. You've just gained multiple stripes. You have these. You know what? Come forward. Come get your stripes. 3 stripes for that. Triple Deuce Scratcher, I didn't like you at the beginning of the stream, but I'm liking you at the end of the stream. We can certainly be partners, brother. We're brothers for life. I'm going to wear my NY hat in all my streams just for you, my brother. Thank you. What Renee said no. She said me to read her message. So you wouldn't die for SF Rose. You mad? Now, the thing is, I can say these things without thinking because SF Rose know this already. Watch ya, she tell SF Rose to divorce me. No, 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 guys. This is not a surprise to SF Rose. She actually knows. She actually knows because we've spoken about this already. This is not the first time we've had a conversation like this. I probably shouldn't let you into my private business to know that is how I think. I think I'm becoming a miserable old man. You see? I think I'm becoming a very miserable old man. I can't imagine when my hair get all white. I'm going to be horrible. I'm going to be a horrible old man. But the thing that I'm going to be, the thing that I suspect that I'm going to be very straightforward, just like now. But I'm going to be even more. I think I'm going to be one of those guys when I speak. Me not do it either here. Sorry. Sorry. No, I don't believe in that. I don't believe in the latter part of your statement. Sorry, not sorry. Just take off one of them. Because it is impossible to be sorry and not sorry in the same sentence or in the same breath. You're sorry, but you're not sorry. Me? No. I can't put that statement in anything that I do. I am either sorry or not sorry. That's all me. So, sorry. Me not do it. Osh. Simple. Sorry, me not do it. Me not dead for you. Out of father, but dead. Dead for who? But I want to go back to Shakainer's statement because this is how I wanted to end today's stream. We should only try to live up to the expectations of those vital in our lives. Even then, though, we need to set our own boundaries to protect ourselves of the exploitation that can come with expectation. And that is how we're going to end today's stream. Very, 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 very well said. Don't say you will never live up to the expectations of others. In fact, what you should say is you will only live up to the expectations of those who are vital in your life. In other words, those that are valuable in your life are the only ones you should try to live up to their expectations. Meaning, don't worry about what your neighbors expect of you. As much as they're valuable, they're not so vital to your survival. So you can definitely live up to your expectations rather than theirs. Also, your friends, depending on the level of the friendship that you have, you don't live up to their expectations rather than yours. But when it comes on to your children, your mother, your father, and I'm not talking about any kids or any mother or any father, because some kids and some mothers and some father is not vital in your life. Some people are just in your life because they couldn't do better. Like sometimes when you were born into a family, you didn't choose to be born there. You didn't choose to have this mother or this father. So sometimes your parents can become not so relevant in your life, and sometimes they are not vital, and sometimes they are not valuable in your life. All they do is they have the name and the DNA, but that's where it stops. There's nothing else to it. So with that said, you have to now know how to choose the people that is worth sacrificing your expectations for. Because you have your expectations, they have their expectations, but now you have to sacrifice your expectations so you can satisfy their expectations. Make sure that this person is worth it. And with that said, I will close by saying, I've always had a life where I just please me. I don't business with nobody else. So if it takes 100 girlfriend to make me happy, a 100 woman me want. That's how I used to live. And then finally I met somebody who I start to live up to her expectations of having me have one person. And since that day, I have not had another person in my life. So my life has changed, and from me sacrificing my expectations of having multiple partners to having one partner, that's me living up to SF Rose's expectations. But she have to be careful, because if she keeps accusing me of still living up to my expectations, then I will do just that. That's right. Lord of mercy. Shem said we will keep you guys in mind for God parents when our little king comes into the world. Oh, that's for the next one. But see ya, so no still having sex? But have mercy, I thought it was over. Because the whole point of having sex was to get a child. And you've gotten the child. So I never know that you were still going to do things again. But see ya. Anyway. Anyway, nice to have you guys here today in the stream. It was really, I think today may have been one of my best stream in terms of how I felt talking to you all. I just could have feel your presence today. It felt like family. I feel like I was talking to my own family today. Of course, it's the royal family. Shekinah, yes. You know, it's good to laugh and have fun. That's the only way we can de-stress. You know, with all what is going on with pandemic and low income. Because I'm not sure if everybody else was affected with your income, but a lot of us income had gotten lower since pandemic. So it creates stressful moments. You know, you want to do this, you want to do that, but you can't do it because of the stress. So it's good to just laugh and chill and make merry with each other. Afi Roots, I was really pleased to see you today. You have become more than just a person in the musical family, because we have our music family different from this family, different from that family, and you have become more than just a brother who plays the bass, the piano, the guitar, and plays every dang thing that has anything to do with music. Thank you for being here today, and thanks to everybody: Renee, SF Rose, Shekinah, Triple U Scratcher, Tommy Travels, Carolina Hillbilly, Vermont Paint, just about everybody who came today. Thank you so much. And this was a random stream. No. Okay. So for those of you who are here, we have a very important family. No, probably I can just do another raid then. Yeah. But I will still tell you, Tommy Travels has a premiere at 5 o'clock. What time is it? It's now almost 5 o'clock. Teresa Myers, you're late. So everybody remember to go to Tommy Travels premiere at 5 p.m. today. 5 p.m. local time. There is the link. There's the link in the chat from SF Rose. And 4 o'clock Jamaican time. And yeah. So I will see you all whenever I decide to pop up randomly, I don't know when again, but whenever I decide to go live again, I will see you all. Be blessed and have a wonderful day wherever you are, whatever you do. Remember to do good for somebody. And Renee, make sure you don't, Renee. Was it Renee who, was it? It was Renee. Renee, do not hate your mother for saying what she said. You know, it's good to say how she feel exactly, and it doesn't mean that she doesn't love you. It just means that she tells you exactly what she would do instead of being a hypocrite or being a backstabber. She tells you exactly what she will do if push come to shove. Yes, Stacy, that's right. So, blessings until we meet again. All right.